Welcome back to NoCo Now.
I'm Bella.
And I'm Merrick.
Today, fall is falling. What do you want to do this week?
Well,
guess I gotta do everything myself.
here I am at YAYA Farm and Orchard. Let's go explore.
Yes, I'm Sharon, and I am the owner of the farm, manage the farm, do everything on the farm. So in the autumn season, it's awful crazy. So starts very early in the morning with doing some baking for the shop. And then we get the shop open, school tours often happen, apples need to get brought in, more baking needs to happen, emails need to get done, just all the coordination of everything to keep it running. There's 8 acres here. I have 1,000 fruit trees, mostly heirloom apple, but there's also some pears, plums, cherries, grapes here. Yeah, my favorite apple, that's a good question. It really depends on the time of year. Like if I'm early season apples or late season, and then what mood I'm in, because you know, they all are different. I think my favorite earlier apple would be a Zestar. It's a lot like a Honeycrisp, but it has so many more flavors that pop in your mouth. Later season, I really love the Wine Sap, which is just a hard apple. It's like a meal versus a snack. And it's just, oh, it's amazing. Like, it makes great pies, but I hate to make pies with it because it's like such a good apple to eat. Makes great cider, but again, it feels like a waste because it's amazing. Yeah, it's just a good old hard apple. So I have some draft horses. And those guys, the significance of them is the history of this farm. Back before there was tractors, when the Goths were here, early 1900s, late 1800s, that's what they would farm the fields with, was the draft horses. So they've always been part of the farm. I have some miniature donkeys because kids are very intimidated by the draft horses, but the miniature donkeys can be good friends. There's chickens here. Chickens eat bugs, which is a great way to help manage the bugs in the apple trees. Let's see, who else is here? Oh, the labs, of course, the lab puppies. And I have a barn cat, of course, Peanut Butter. I had peacocks, but a bobcat came through this spring, and so I'm wanting to get them back, but I have to wait to make sure that they can be safe before I'll bring them back in. Yeah. My favorite part, I would say, is I'm never bored, and there's always so many different things to do. There's so many different varieties of things, and every season you're doing something different. So if you hate doing one thing, it's okay, because you know what? In another week, you're never going to do it again for a year. So it's good. That's probably my favorite part, is just the variety of stuff. Yeah. Yes, the very confusing U-Picket policy. So it is so confusing. Even though I try to make it simple, it's so hard. So my challenges are with U-Pick is parking. I only have so much parking. And there are so many people that want to pick apples. So basically the system I came up with is beginning of the year. So once you're in the calendar year, because I'll lose track of everything if I mix years, you can put your name in the hat and it basically says, hey, I'm interested in picking. So once June comes and I can kind of look at the trees and the crop and see how we're doing, I kind of know what I can schedule for picking. So I reach out to people starting with those requests, and I reach out in the order in which I receive them. And schedule, here are the times where we could do picking and get people scheduled. So that's the system I have. There's been years where I've told people, hey, sit back. I mean, I'm human. I'm trying to judge what's going to make it to October, and that's a big question when you're in June. So there's been times where I've been able to add picking. There's been times where I've had to cancel people's picking because it doesn't make it. So it's just what nature gives us and we have to roll with it. We pretty much sell everything in their apple. So you can find some apple cider that's fresh pressed. You can find apple cider donuts. Some days if I have time, you have apple pies. Caramel apples, of course. And then your sauces, your butters. Other things besides produce, we have honey from our beehives, honey candles, the beeswax candles, the soaps from the honey. One of our events, our signature event really is Apple Fest. And it's basically like a barbecue and bluegrass music. And just being in the orchard, enjoying the leaves falling and good music and good food. Yeah, some years I can let people pick apples with it. Other years we've had weather and it's too late, so there's nothing to pick. And then we also do a Boo Fest, which is our Halloween celebration, but it's a murder mystery dinner we do in a chili bar. So somebody dies. No, not really. But it's a really good time and it's fun. Sometimes it's cold and other times, you know, not so cold, but we have a really good time with that one.
That's awesome.
Uh-huh. And then we do gourd painting that weekend. So people can come and make a gourd, paint a gourd, and have something festive for their November. So it is what cowboys say to their horses when they want them to giddy up. They go, yeah, yeah. So that's where it came from. And it's also very fun to say. Yeah. And over the years, it's kind of taken on some other meanings, like, you know, it means grandma in Greek. And so everybody's a YAYA, you know?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's true.
So it means a lot of different things to different people, but originally it was about the horses.
I had a really good time at the orchard. It was really fun talking to Sharon about their huge variety of fresh produce and homemade goods. And I thoroughly enjoyed meeting all the farm animals, especially Peanut Butter. Peanut Butter has my heart. But now, it's time to head home and eat some apples.
I hope you enjoyed the farm as much as I did. See you next time.
I can't believe he ditched me. Dropped something.
Oh, thanks.
Where you been?
Well, I was at an apple orchard. Then I was trying some fresh produce, and now I'm here. What are your plans for the day?
Wouldn't you like to know? Hi, today I am at the 17th annual Pumpkin Way-Off and Fall Jamboree at the Fort Collins Nursery, just off Mulberry Street. Lots of giant pumpkins. The weather is not bad. Let's see what's going on.
I'm Jesse. I'm the president of Fort Collins Nursery. So this is our 17th annual Giant Pumpkin Way-Off. So it started very small. We didn't have a proper scale. The biggest pumpkins that were coming in were maybe 80 or 100 pounds. Last year we broke the state record at this competition with a 2,190 pound pumpkin. I think my favorite part is just how silly the whole event is. It's this amazing display of, you know, grower ability, all the agriculture and science and genetics and everything that go into it, and none of it really serves a truly practical value. It's all just to have fun and grow big pumpkins, and I love how impressive it is to really just do something for fun. It's such a great way to chase fun.
What do you do besides this competition?
So we're open year round. So, you know, for most of the year, we are a garden center and nursery. So we're selling all of our, you know, plants and trees and shrubs, all the supplies you need to grow things, fertilizers, soil amendments, tools, pottery, as well as a lot of fun decor, all the, you know, wind spinners and wind chimes and yard art and little knickknacks and stuff like that.
Who owns all these forklifts?
So we own the forklifts. Yeah. So we use the forklifts because, you know, we're buying pallets of soil. We have forklifts on hand. What is unique is, and we'll see it more when we actually start weighing the pumpkins, is the pumpkin sling, which is this device that straps onto the forks of the forklift, and then basically it's a big iron ring with a bunch of big nylon straps that come down with a rope that loops through the bottom of them. So we lower that over the pumpkins and then cinch it up under the pumpkins, and that allows us to lift just the pumpkin without a pallet so that we can take it over here and put it on the scale, remove the sling, and we're weighing just the pumpkin. And that's a very specialized device that was invented just for this kind of competition. So you'll never see those in use outside of a pumpkin competition.
Is there a pumpkin you want to win?
I don't know about one that I want to win. Right now, the one that looks to me to win is the really big, tall one down there. But size and appearance can be very deceiving. We don't know how thick the walls of the pumpkin are. The underside of the pumpkin can be very concave sometimes. So what looks like a huge pumpkin might have a huge, just air gap underneath it. And a flatter one maybe might be pancaked and really flat and solid. For us, this is really a publicity event. We don't expect to really sell all that much. People are coming here for the pumpkins. And when they come here, though, we get a lot of people who have never been here before. And so that allows us to get a lot of exposure, attract new customers, have people creating memories here. So then the next time they're thinking about gardening, we're at the top of their mind. We don't really expect to make money on the event through additional sales, but we've been around for over 90 years. We're very community oriented. We want lifetime customers. So I'm not too worried about everybody who's here today walking out with a plant in their hand. I want them to walk out with a fond memory, because the next time they're ready to garden, they're going to think of us. Been here since 1932. Not at this location, but in business, yeah. It's been in my family since 1976. My dad bought it with a partner in 76, and then I bought it in 2010. Prior to that, it's been through a couple of other families, but it's always been locally owned, very much a part of Fort Collins history. I think one of the oldest, we're definitely the oldest garden center in northern Colorado. I think there might be one or two in Denver that are a little bit older than us. We're also one of the oldest businesses still operating in Fort Collins, along with like Silver Grill, who's been around for maybe 10 years longer than us. So, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the Fort Collins Nursery Giant Pumpkin Contest, 1,957 pounds. Pumpkins sometimes weigh a little bit heavy. Rarely do they weigh more than 200 pounds overweight. That's impressive. Ladies and gentlemen, Andy and Amy Corbin of Cheyenne, Wyoming. All over Colorado and Wyoming. Please enjoy the rest of the event. We'll be here until 2 o'clock for all the activities and food and everything. Fort Collins Nursery employees, if I can have your help.
How are you feeling after the win?
Oh, elated, because I took a bigger pumpkin to a competition last weekend. It was estimated to weigh 2,450 pounds, and it weighed only 2,085. I mean, I shouldn't be disappointed when at 2,085, a one-ton pumpkin's a big pumpkin. Unfortunately, it went super light. So this was redemption for us, you know, to come in with a pumpkin that weighed that heavy. We were a little nervous, you know, so then with this to go over 13% heavy, we were thrilled.
How long have you been doing this?
I've been doing this 14 years competitively. Now, I've had a garden for as long as I can remember. I was in 4-H at a young age, and so I had pumpkins when I was young, and they got pictures of me in the newspaper back in the early 80s of me growing pumpkins. I've always had a passion for pumpkins for some reason.
How do you choose which seeds to plant?
As far as choosing that magic seed, you can, I drop them on a wooden table, and you can tell if they're hollow or if they're going to be a solid seed. So that's the first thing. I throw all the ones that sound hollow away after I've sorted through all the seeds, after we've dried them out. And then from there, it's just hit and miss. So I'll grow like 6 plants. And so whatever plant is the most aggressive, that's the one that'll go in and be the plant to grow the next pumpkins.
How much space do these pumpkins take, and what's the biggest challenge in growing them?
So this pumpkin was grown in a 1,000 square foot patch. Our biggest struggle in this area, Fort Collins gets hit by hail. So where I live in Wyoming, we had average 13 hailstorms. So I put hail netting over 5,000 square foot of space, and then my pumpkins are all underneath that hail netting.
Did you learn that you needed hail netting the hard way?
Probably the first 4 years in it, you know, we learned the hard way. And pumpkin plants are really resilient. The pumpkins are, but you're not going to get to the next level if your pumpkin plant's getting devastated by hail that many times a year. So we learned the hard way.
How do people find the right pumpkins to grow?
You go to the genetic site. So I run the biggest genetic website for pumpkin growers. It's called tools.pumpkinfanatic.com. So every year all the growers use my website, and they can look at the lineage of all the pumpkins. Did they go heavy to chart, light to chart? Were they orange? Were they this color? What kind of soil structure did they have when they grew it in? So I provide that out to all the pumpkin growers for free.
Do you ever carve the pumpkins?
Oh, that's always fun. I'm not artistic. I wish I had artistic ability. They actually carve really easy. You would think they would carve hard, and it'd be hard to carve through something so thick, but the flesh is a different texture than a field pumpkin. So the field pumpkins are really dense, hard flesh, so when you even use a paring knife, it can hardly get through them. This you can just carve right out.
That was the 17th annual Pumpkin Weigh-Off here at Fort Collins Nursery. I don't know about you, I've never seen a pumpkin this big before. That's almost 2,000 pounds. That's as much as a car. I am blown away by the sheer pumpkinry of it all. I had a great time. I definitely want to come back next year. This place is amazing, great vibes. Yeah.
Oh, hey, how'd your shoot go?
It was fantastic. And listen, I'm sorry I threw that apple and got all grouchy with you earlier.
Oh, it's okay. I'm sorry I dipped out on you earlier.
I think we can just let bygones be bygones.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why you can't just enjoy the beautiful day today.
I'm a little hungry.
Yeah, me too.
Maybe we should do some cooking next episode.
I don't see why not.